So we're just making sure the camera's following. I have it lined up to the trailer. And after we spent all that time while Marianne in the truck, and I've got my little container of treats and I put some hay inside. And we've had 2 sessions since Marianne got back with the truck, and we have been able to get in and out of the trailer beautifully. So I'm going to take a few of these treats, and I put a little hay in the manger. Whoa, hang on, girlfriend. Oh, and I'm just going to get out of the way and let her eat the treats and hay. And as you can see, we're getting all 4 feet in. So out of sort of necessity and frustration, I couldn't load her in the trailer when the truck was unavailable to hook up and stabilize the trailer. It was too wobbly to load her in without the truck hooked up. So I did show the little video of sitting in the back of the trailer and just working on relaxation at the halt to the point that she voluntarily lowered her head below her withers and really fully shifted into dominance of the parasympathetic nervous system. Her challenge at halt was also the reason she wasn't comfortable staying in the trailer. If she doesn't feel safe and confident outside the trailer at halt, it's going to be that much harder inside the trailer. Okay, so she's happily in here and eating. I'm going to take a hold of the lead rope. If she doesn't want to back out, I'm going to ask her to slowly back out. And as you can see, we had 2 little practice sessions before I could do this video. And she got in and out so many times I couldn't count. She's motivated knowing there's food in the manger. So I'm just going to show the next step, because this is the quality of how comfortable and calm she needed to be to sort of find that calmness inside the trailer. It first had to be at halt, then it had to be inside the trailer. So the food only motivated to a certain point, and once she got all 4 feet in, she would get out and the food quit motivating. She wouldn't get back in for the whole hour after she got all 4 feet in. And what that tells me is getting all the way in the trailer and waiting at halt was her fear threshold. That was where things fell apart. So now I'm going to open the other side. Hang on, girlfriend. Oh, and it's hot. We're sweaty. We're not even doing anything. We got a big old horsefly flying around. Hang on, let me see if I can get it. I know, right? So with that big old horsefly, if it lands, I'll swat it. We're still going to work on getting in the trailer. Hang on. Nope. Let's see what it does. Did it land? Oh, these things are massive and they bite hard. All right, let's see if we can ignore it. Maybe it'll go away. So it's a little hard to see at this angle. I might have to change the camera angle. But basically, on a very loose lead rope, what I've been doing is getting in, putting treats in the manger. Oops, she might get in by herself, knowing there's still food in there. So I'm just going to demonstrate this, I'm just going to throw the lead rope over her neck. And she pops all the way in to get the treats and the hay. And because she's comfortable, the next thing I want to test when this is getting really good and really confident is just moving away from her head. Just getting out of the trailer to where I could hook up the butt bar, moving around behind her first. And if she chooses to get out, then we would keep working on standing inside and getting comfortable. She doesn't choose to get out until I started to lift the butt bar. So that's fine. She can back out. And I can just grab the lead rope on the way. That was beautifully done. right? And then I'm just going to toss that over her neck again and give her a light lead just so she doesn't walk away. And then I'm going to throw some more treats up here. And she kind of hears them. Oh, all right, let's not run away. We're doing pretty good. Yep, here's the treats. Let's see if you can get in. Atta girl, I'll get out of the way. Yep, I'll throw a whole bunch of treats up there on top of the hay where she has to stay in to reach them. And then I'm going to try getting out again. So far so good, because to me, if I can't trailer load a horse by myself, then they're not super confident. And I might just touch her here before I move the butt bar, and she can see me on this side. And then I'm not going to hook up the butt bar. I'm just going to see how she is if I make a little noise and move it around. Oh, that is awesome. So that to me is the very beginning of trailer loading. If the horse isn't voluntarily getting in and happily staying in there getting treats and having a traveling smorgasbord, then I'm always trying to put a fearful horse in the trailer, which is a little bit of an accident waiting to happen, whether it's during the loading, during the traveling, or unloading. It's that fear is only going to escalate the longer they're stuck in a trailer. So this is basically the learning frame of mind inside the trailer. She feels very calm, very confident, puts herself all the way in with maybe a light lead or no lead, completely voluntarily. She can get out slowly. She can go right back in and get some more treats. I can move around behind her. I don't think she's solid enough for me to actually close her in, but that would be the next step. And then if she wants to get out, no big deal. I don't even have to catch the lead rope because she just stops herself here and waits, right? And so every time she puts herself back in, she's convincing herself that it's safe in there and there's something tasty as a reward. But what really worked for this mare and what made it consistent, even though this is literally the third trailer loading we've tried, after a little over 2 weeks of sitting here and doing nothing, just working on relaxation at halt. And the longer we did that, the more I was not demanding for her to go in the trailer, the more confident she built about going in the trailer. So now our routine, I don't want her to step on that rope and it's a little bit long. Let me try folding it. There we go. So our new routine is she knows if I go in the trailer, there's some treats in there, and I gotta start getting out of the way kind of fast through this little slot, and then I can get back out of the trailer. So just being able to pet her, touch her, simulate all these things. I can back her out before she wants to come out. She can come out on her own and slowly. And so the next step would really be putting the butt bar up and closing the door, because I try to do those two things. Excuse me. If I'm going to close up that butt bar, if I'm going to put that up, I'm also going to close that back door pretty quickly. I've had horses where if they weren't super calm and confident in the trailer and you put the butt bar up, it doesn't hold every horse in. I've had horses go out right through the butt bar, rip the welding off, bust the butt bars. So I try to, once I close them in, put the butt bar up and shut the back door kind of smoothly, not panicky, but rapidly. And when she can stay in here like this voluntarily for, say, 5 consecutive minutes, maybe 10, can't overdo this part, that gives me lots of time to get out and close the butt bar. So you can see I don't really have a full 5 minutes voluntarily yet, but it's really getting there. It's pretty good. Yeah, let's not leave. Hello. Thank you. So I would call that an A-. right? B plus, A minus. To get an A plus, she could easily stay in there. I put a flake of hay in there that would keep her busy for 5 minutes. And I put enough treats. I think once she eats the treats, she comes out. But she's going in and out, perfectly calm, perfectly easy. Let's not get distracted. I have a loose horse walking around. So I'll do it one more time, just to show that it's been pretty consistent. And the cat's here to help. And so even with the cat and the horsefly and the loose horse walking around and the other cat, none of it kind of matters. So I'm just holding on to her loosely. I'm not asking her to come in, but I'm gonna let her know, hey, pay attention. I'm putting more treats back in here. Right? So, whoa, I gotta squish through there pretty quick because she's getting in fast. So that's how all horses can trailer load, if we take the time to build their confidence. For her, 2 weeks sitting here with the trailer in the picture but not getting her in and just working on a deep state of relaxation at halt, that's what made this trailer loading so good. So we're going to wrap it up there, and the trailer loading is really kind of the final test of the basic handling, and I'll do a separate video on that. But this particular mare, her biggest issues that have been causing systemic problems at the last barn was her inability to relax at halt without having to run around like a maniac first or walk first. Just come out here, halt, relax, and stay in the trailer at halt. So we tend to ignore the gait of halt, but it's super important, especially for horses that tend to use a flight defensive strategy, where movement is what makes them feel safe. Halt is particularly difficult, right? For horses in a fight defense, halt is easy and movement's difficult. So we have to counterbalance that in a different way. But I would say she gets definitely a passing grade on all of her basic handling skills. And this is sort of the final and hardest task within that workbook, within that course. And overall, from the time she arrived, it's now been 3 months and 2 weeks, almost exactly, that she went from needing ACE, blowing up in her regular work environment, needing ACE for the vet or the farrier, being able to get in the trailer, but not very safely, right? We got her up here okay, but getting her back in was a little bit tricky. And getting her confident with the trailer really took some time. Oh, you want another treat? So I'm kind of pushing it. You see, I got the result. You see, it could still use a little more time. Like if I were going to trailer her regularly, I would keep going with this training until I could leave her in here and close the whole thing up without her getting worried at all. Then I would drive somewhere, and after the drive, I might have to repeat the process a couple of times. She might have a little setback, but slowing things down, being incredibly boring, slow, waiting for the horse's deep relaxation response. That's kind of the ticket to building the horse's confidence with anything, including an old trailer that isn't very inviting, and I had the other door closed, the divider up, very narrow area, and taking the time she needed to build her confidence. Now it's an easy part of our basic handling and daily routine. I think we can stop there, honey.